Okay, welcome to the GarageBand workshop here. Going to open up GarageBand, and usually when it opens up, you just want to give it a name. Save it as some new name so you know what to call it. We're going to save it as, we're going to call this Drum Jam. We're just going to create a simple drum beat that you could add guitar to later or make it into a full song. First of all, we're going to change the piano to a drum kit, and we'll use the one called Smash. And it's just got some good sounds. So open up, and I'm just going to click the pads and see what is where. Figure out where all the sounds are. And yeah, there's everything in there. Figure out where the kick, snare, and hat and stick and all that. First thing we're going to do is change the beats per minute from 120, which is always, standard, to 100, just to kind of make it groove a little slower, a little easier to follow. And it gives you a little count off and a click track. But it's kind of hard to follow, so I'm going to go ahead and record my own click track. It's easier to follow, and it's just super easy to listen to, instead of the little blips that they give you in GarageBand. So I'll just record a measure or so, a couple of measures, and then listen back. But if you double click that region, it opens it up down here. You hit Apple A, and that's like all, and quantize this to 16th notes. So what we just did, our little click track, so it's going to make it perfect. It's going to be perfect 8 notes with a little click in there. Just easier to follow. Has more subdivisions. And then create a new track that's a duplicate track of that one. So it's the same drum kit. Then I'm just going to slide this over to the very beginning. So the click starts at the very beginning. And then click on this track down here. Once again, figure out where all the things are. That's probably what I'm going to do, is kick, snare, hat for now. So I'm going to turn that down just a little bit. Beginning, and then I'm going to record listening to the click track. You don't have to be 100% perfect, but you just need to be kind of close to it. And you can undo and do as many times as you want, so you feel like it's close. So I'll just stop right about somewhere in there. And then double click it, and it will open it up. And do it again. It'll open it up down here in the bottom, and you hit Apple A, which selects all the notes that you just did. Again, down 16th notes, and then it sort of magically lines everything up perfect for you. Sometimes you want that on just a basic rhythm, and sometimes you want it to be live sounding. You want something that sounds real, which we'll do in a minute. So we're going to create another track of percussion. But if you notice here, there's drums, cymbals, things like that, but there's no real percussion. So I'm going to go to a different thing on here, percussion. And then we're going to use Latin percussion. Now we're going to check out the pads. Now we got some bongos, timbales, and things. We're just going to create a bongo track to go with that. And this pad could easily be a keyboard. Just a USB keyboard would do the same thing. You just have to figure out where the sounds are. So you double click it, and goes down in there. And then you hit Apple A. It selects all the notes. Then you hit quantize to 16th notes. It's always 16th notes is always a good place to start. And that lined everything up perfect. So that turned out pretty good. So we're going to create another track. duplicate settings on percussion as well, but this time we're going to do timbales, and we're going to do these live, because we're going to play them kind of fast. We're going to have too much going on for it to quantize, and we wanted to make it sound more of like a live recording. So if I tried to quantize this track, it would be too square sounding, and it wouldn't have the little fast notes in there. So if we go back and listen to it, it just sounds more like a live percussionist a little bit more. So yeah, this could have been used as a YouTube video, or it could be a backing track for a song. And of course, you can always plug a microphone into GarageBand and record guitar or vocals or anything you want. And that's just the very basics of GarageBand.